strategist Sarah Chamberlain. Sarah, what do you think?
I think it is coordinated. I think that Mitt Romney's speech today came out, and what we're trying to do is prevent Donald Trump from getting the nomination, or at least going into a brokered convention this summer.
It sounds like a pile-on then.
It is a pile-on. I think the establishment is scared of Trump. I think that's very clear, and I think now they've realized that they need to do something to stop him. And I think that's why you're going to see the donors start to work together to pool their money to run commercials against him in Florida and Ohio.
What I wonder about is, I understand some of the stuff he says and the way he says it doesn't suit them, but they must be seeing these throngs of people who are going to the polls to vote. A huge turnout by comparison to 8 years ago, even 4 years ago. And just ride that puppy.
I think that's one advantage that Trump is bringing to the party. Whether or not these people will stay Republican, who knows? But again, I think the establishment is afraid of what could happen, not only to the Republican Party, but to this country if Donald Trump does get elected.
Even more so than if Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders gets elected?
Yes, I think that's
Really?
true. I think you've seen some Republicans have already come out publicly and said that if it's a choice between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, that they would vote for Hillary Clinton. Now, that's not something that I would do as a Republican, but we are hearing that. You
know, they almost sound, a lot of them, like they're trying to protect their little turf, but it's a smaller turf. The Republican Party, as it's been, has been declining in appeal among voters, and here's a guy who comes along and brings in groups not only never voted Republican, a lot of them never voted at all, and here's the establishment raining on all of that, maybe for very legitimate reasons. I'm not here to take sides, but they risk, you know, looking at the golden goose here and walking away from it.
They do, but obviously that's a calculated decision that they've made. They're more afraid of Donald Trump being the president and the damage he would do to this country, especially after having Barack Obama for the last 8 years, than they are of hurting some of the new people who have come into this party.
Sarah, do you ever worry, though, that whatever the merits of their efforts, that they're really going to tick off a lot of Donald Trump's rabid backers and a lot of new rabid Republicans?
That is a concern, and obviously it's calculated. They've decided to do this, but the one advantage that may come out of this is if Donald Trump does survive this, we will know the attacks that Hillary Clinton will use against him, and as a Republican Party and as a candidate, he will hopefully be able to survive those as well.
All right, he survived everything else. We'll see. Sarah Chamberlain, thank you very, very much. Of course, we are expecting to hear from Donald Trump himself in about 15 minutes. He's going to have